Okay. Alright. Multi-stream. Refresh chat.
Hey, do you guys know if you can add a on Hero Forge, if you guys can have multiple heads on a figure, or is it just one head?
You probably could have multiple masks, maybe. I don't know how you would add multiple heads.
Okay. Just curious.
There are some Facebook pages. There's one specifically called Masters of Hero Forge.
All right.
And they're crazy. Like, I see people do like full on like monsters with making multiple tails and wings and just bending them and everything. It's pretty crazy. It's intense. Okay, there's that for myself. Let's see. Oh, so one thing I wanted to say, when I was looking over the Warlock multi-class variations and the benefits, so you can't cast spells while raging. What's up, Dooney Meavy? Can't cast spells while raging. It doesn't say anything about magical or about invocations. So there are invocations that let you basically cast spells, but are not that do spell-like effects, but not spells themselves. So having a raging barbarian that has access to invocations that can help you teleport in that, pretty terrifying sounding, but it makes me intrigued. All right. So hello everyone. What's up? We are live. I don't know what Mark's doing. I know Danny's getting ready to do the post for us through Facebook. Mark's just kind of chilling down there. Everyone's just super quiet before the show right now. We're just waiting for the stream to kind of get its going, and we're gonna have our goblin joining us a little later into it. We'll see when he comes in, but we're gonna get the show off the road. I'm your Dungeon Master Anthony. Thank you so much for joining us, and yeah, this will be fun tonight. We'll see where it is. Unfortunately, we may have part of the party leaving us after today for a little bit. And, hopefully they'll join back up in the future. But we'll see where that takes us. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. My screen is just not lining up for me. And seeing double. There it is, better. But we'll get to that by the end of this session on where the stream and party will go moving forward after this week and where the Faybala 5 will land. But enough about that. What I want to get into real quick is that we have Morgor the Immortal from DCT Industries. Morgor, out of all the Kaimon out there from DCT Industries, who is your favorite?
I like this little dinosaur guy.
That is cool. Dinosaur guy is pretty cool.
We actually, my sister came up with a name for one of them.
Really?
For the lion. Yeah. Geo Roar.
Oh, nice.
It's a ground type / a lion, so I was like, that's perfect.
They have like a thunder roaring effect.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet. Geo Roar. Sweet. Very cool. And the Kaimon is going to be available and out there for everyone March 26th.
Correct.
March 26th,
yes.
2022. Guys, go out there, mark the calendars. And if I'm not mistaken, you're going to be at a festival next month. Or is it this month?
Yes. No, next month.
Next month. In November. What date is the festival?
November 20th.
20th. And where can people go to, if I'm not mistaken, it's called Playtest Playfest?
Yes.
And where is it going to be held?
What's it called? Casual Dragon Games in Lockport.
Casual Dragon Games in Lockport, New York. So if you're in the area, you want to help support some local gamers and go say hi to Morgor the Immortal, Make sure to mark the calendar for Playtest Playfest and go have some fun. All right, guys. Let's pick up from last week. Y'all had quite a successful encounter. You guys didn't have to end up fully killing a silver dragon that was very close to killing you all as well. I feel Remus is very happy that you guys were able to talk him down and unlock the shackle around its neck. And hey, so you guys had an encounter with a silver dragon known as Corvair that was being chained up and apparently fed to with children and who knows what other prisoners Jarrell had captured during his time at the carnival. Jarrell was nowhere to be in sight for you four during the fight, appearing after the encounter with him in the big tent. We do know that Finks had a discussion with him, which I believe only Howard's aware of. No one had that didn't come to fruition with everyone, right? Shaking the heads, nods.
No, just Howard.
Just Howard.
Yep.
And with Jarrell nowhere to be seen, you guys had fought a silver dragon, and within the last moments, Remus quickly got up to it, and actually, no, it wasn't you. You used the mage hand to unlock it. Was mage hand, or did you jump up and scale the dragon? You jumped up and scaled the dragon, let a saddle dragon, and got the collar off of its neck. Its frustration and aggression stopping instantaneously, and now we pick up. Before I guess also one of the things we also found out is that there were 3 children. One of them got eaten. You stopped the one from eating the one. Maximus stopped the one from eating the one child in the one cage, and there was 2 other in a locked crate. That's where it was. 3 children, 1 unlocked, second crate locked up with 2 children in it. We pick up from there. Silver Dragon Corvius. Who are you?
Well, before you froze me, we are the Faybala 5.
Small chuckle, but okay.
So glad that you found your senses. Are you still going to eat the children or no?
No, I wouldn't under sane mind dare eat the children. Please.
Oh.
He looks over at them, and you even see him attempt to be like, hush, was not myself. Children terrified of him. Large silver dragon. I mean, terrifying creature. And he kind of moves off and sidesteps to the right of where the metal crates are. Please, someone else help them.
Yeah. Maximus, that's your department.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
Cool. By any chance, my goblin friend over here made a deal to let Jor-El go. Yeah, by the way, everybody, Jor-El escaped.
At this point, Finks is not to be seen. Everyone, real quick, give me a quick perception check for the last second.
10.
0.
0.
Nice.
17.
Fitting. Oh. Remus, we're gonna get something.
18.
Okay. Remus, out of the side of your eye, and Howard, you both do see in the last seconds that Finks is running back down to the room of Jarrell's little room of where you first saw him, and he's just kind of looking over and just kind of scouring over and investigating some of the shelves and some of the furniture.
Yeah. So anyway, he ran. Okay. Bye, Finks. He let Jarrell go. Yeah, that happened. Can you or do you know where he likes to hang out besides here, or where we could find him?
He's gonna roll in history check, intelligence check, I'll say.
He's a slippery bastard. I don't know where he would run off to. He knows spells of disappearance to hide in plain sight. He could very well be here.
He just seems to scour and scan the room.
Oh, well, I guess we'll see. And I hold up my lantern and I start looking around.
Ah, lantern. What does the lantern do? Is it just a...
the lantern of revealing? Let's see. Shedding bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. Invisible creatures and objects are visible as long as they are in the lantern's bright light.
Okay. So as you're scanning over, make an investigation check for me.
All right. Nope, that's a 6.
Okay. Technically, it would be with advantage.
Oh, okay.
So we'll give it
10.
Cool. You scanning over the light, and even underneath this massive dragon's gaze, you do not see any shadowed outline of your favorite halfling. You see the dragon sniff the air.
He is not here.
Yeah, I figured as much. Well, I guess you're free to go. Are you sure you're not going to eat the children?
I am sure.
Okay, what do you normally eat?
Anything that tastes good. I'm need a rest.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, there's plenty of creatures out there, I guess, so go for it. I mean, the children are kind of tender, but nope, it looks like Max got it, so we're good. All right, yeah, go ahead. I bid you adieu, and I'm gonna head back to the first part of the tent that we came in through.
Okay.
And start going through whatever. I know there was chests or something back there too.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you head off that way. And what is everyone else doing at this point? Max.
I'm working on getting the kids out of the cage and telling them to go back to their grandfather.
Okay. Morgor.
Morgor is throwing a tantrum in the corner because we talked to the dragon instead of killing it.
Yes, after a really good persuasion check.
Yep.
Yes. And with your 0 perception check, you don't notice the stare down of the silver dragon. You all clearly see this distasteful look of Corvair staring down at where Morgor is sitting now. Maximus. What you doing?
Yes, sir.
There's a locked crate. How are you unlocking it? What you doing?
I'm just gonna start hacking away at the lock. I guess I can try and finagle it open.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check for the lock picking.
20, non-natural, 15 plus 5.
Okay. You grab one of the lock. Do you have a lock picking tools?
Let me check what I have here.
What are you picking the lock with?
Probably my dagger if I don't have any tools.
Okay.
Let me check to see. I got dagger, a small knife. Yeah, Just probably
dagger, small knife. Cool.
Yeah, small knife.
Popping in one of the knives into the locking key mechanisms, shift it around and use a little bit of leverage. You hear one of the pins pop. It's not a complicated, intricate locked crate. I mean, children aren't very strong and don't know how to get out of situations as such. So you lift off the top of the metal 3x3 crate and look down. There are 2 bodies in here. Yeah, so in the first one you had little boy that tells you his name is Pino. And then you have the 2 children here are, hi. Can you help us? As they kind of put their hands out for you to help them out.
Yeah, I'll squat down on the cage and lean my tail over so they can like grab on my tail and I can lift them up and out.
Kids hold on to your tail. You lift them out. Thank you. Where's her dad and mom and where's everyone?
Well, tell me, I don't know where everybody else is, but your grandfather is the one who told me to come find you guys, and that we were friends of the Keepers of the Feather, and that once you are free, you can fly home.
Make a charisma check on these 2. I say persuasion.
Okay.
Persuasion. Because these are, it's a group of little group of young children, probably around.
25.
Oh, okay. So you see the one kid is starting to cry, or starting to like his eyes start to swell up. And he tuckers it down. It's like, okay. He looks back at his siblings and goes, we can do this. These two go as they in an instant flash and burst into a little baby raven, essentially, and a quick little burst of smoke and feathers flap out. And as the second one does it, the third one looks at you and goes, we haven't been able to. The crates. Start talking out of excitement. Turn into a final raven, and they begin to flap and fly off. Make an intelligence check. History check.
History check. All right. 3.
All right. It may be a tough journey on the way home, but the 3 little ravens will do their best to fly home.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So 3 little ravens fly off. Remus, what are you up to?
I'm just kind of hanging out, you know. We just freed a giant silver dragon. That was something. Resting, sitting, regaining strength for a second, feeling stronger somehow, or at least sturdier.
Okay.
Things left. Why are we here still?
The dragon kind of leans over and goes,
Well, first off, thank you.
Did you have the sun sword out?
I don't think I did for any of that.
All right. Looking over, goes,
As for why you're still here, probably can't leave this place until the ringmaster's gone for good. He must still be on the grounds somewhere. He controls it. This domain, this passive entry.
So is Jarrell the ringmaster or is someone else the ringmaster?
For now, he is. The
What
title
makes...
the title
Oh.
changes.
How?
Usually death and cunning overtake one. to kill the head of the show.
But then there's still a ringmaster.
Yes, so the title passes.
Huh.
Before Jarrell, there was another. The one that put me into servitude. His name was
Oh.
Dandy.
Dandy?
Yes.
Well. Huh. Why were you out this way?
The ringmaster, Jarrell. I believe he was on the run, hiding from something or one. Usually the carnival would be in more exotic, frivolous places, fun. A few occasional shops in Hoarder Town. Maybe even a layover in the Shadowfell.
Because we're just kind of in the middle of nowhere. Well, once you get out of the carnival.
Nowhere. Describe the place. Any name.
I think Barovia? Or is that where we were?
Yes. Make a history check with him.
Ba-da-bum-bum. 5.
5. All right. With the joint history checks, he's
Barovia does not ring a bell. But with the amount of time we've been here, it must be a dark and desolate place. The carnival takes on characteristics of its destination, form-fitting to the liking of the denizens. And this place has seen better time.
referring to the carnival itself.
Yeah.
I remember it being in the Feywild last. I was there. Everything since has been a blur.
Mention of the Feywild, Maximus. Give me a history check.
16.
16. With the mention of the Feywild and a traveling carnival, there are many that travel amongst the plains and throughout the realms. This one specifically, that has come through for quite some time, you're having memories and tales of one that would show on showcasing various fantastical beasts. Kind of like think of like your Erie County, like think about your county fairs that would show up with the fake monsters, but it was just too good that you couldn't pass down. But they always did have these really exotic, over the top magical beasts that they would somehow be real, where majority of the attractions are like clearly fake, but there's like no. They say they have a silver dragon, they have a dragon. Like that's it. And your time at this carnival here, picking up like, I guess this could be it. The muted grays and reds and dulled yellows could have been vibrant at one point, and perhaps the games weren't all torture always. And you recall the term the season's bloom. Sorry. Yes, the season's bloom. And it was known for arriving at the turn of the seasons. Like if it was when it was summertime and in the Feywild, and it was someone was itching for the fall to really come around, it would happen whenever the carnival would show up, and you would begin to notice, oh wow, it's now progressing. It would kind of just mark timing throughout the year. I don't know if you've ever been to the carnival. I'd let you probably decide that if you had ever visited there or not. But it was known to be dangerous, and that people would waste their life away when the carnival was in town. It would be there for extended periods. It wasn't just like a one stop for the weekend. It would, appear for a few weeks, and husbands would go missing because they would be spending all their time and attraction and money at a few of the gambling spots in the carnival. Women would go there to party and get away at various dance halls. Children were known to disappear with the carnival when it would leave. And this could have been on at one point.
Okay.
But Dandy had a sword made of red metal, like a ruby.
I'm going to point to Remus.
Go on. Yeah.
Do the thing.
Oh no, that I'm Remus.
What thing?
I say my name. I'm Remus.
Hi, Remus.
You were describing a sword.
Yes. A blackened hilt with shards of metal protruding up from the side. A red blade that hummed with anger.
So it's like,
Of sorts.
Okay.
It had corrupted Dandy.
Huh.
At first I arrived at the carnival not so much as a slave, but as a guest, staying to recuperate and heal. He had bartered for me. But amongst my time in care, I watched him divulge and become broken.
Well, I found this sword blade.
Interesting.
Some stuff broke off of it once I found it, so it kind of hums more like this. It's like, not.
Do you turn it on, or no?
No.
Okay.
I've been noises.
You three, Morgor still sitting in prayer and just muttering, or has he broken his meditation by this point?
Yeah, he's trying to listen to like what the conversation going on, but he's also getting like frustrated and bored because he's not killing stuff.
Okay, perception with disadvantage, and Maximus and Remus, give me perception checks.
18.
Okay.
15.
15. Okay.
4.
Okay. No reaction out of Corvair. If any, more intrigued. And Maximus, you only notice this just because. More like a intriguedness to him. And I'll say with this one, with your high roll, there's almost a humanistic or... There's almost like a humanistic or a sociable quality to this dragon, where he doesn't seem so much as this ancient beast, like a drag. Like when you think of a dragon, you think very self-entitled, intimidating, like monster. There's a humanistic like intrigueness to him as he stares you down and is just listening to the back comments of he's almost eating up this talk. He is something he's missed.
Can I ask the dragon a question?
Yeah.
I'm gonna excuse me.
Yes.
So dumb question. But things aren't always quite as they seem around here. It seems like. So were you always a dragon, or can you like turn into a dragon type of a thing? Like, I'm a human. I'm a dragon. Or, yes, no.
With time, I could be one. I am tired and weak now, but before I was chained,
As he just kind of itches the spot on his neck where the collar was.
I used to enjoy being such as yourselves, bipedal and
Okay, you used to be a cat?
I was a shorter person, but I preferred a dwarven form. Stoutiness, great drinks, and the bars were fun. But I was captured and taken and weakened. But I haven't had a proper sleep in a while. And perhaps now I may once again change.
Hey, Remus, you got any of those pies?
What? I never ate any pie. Howard, I think loved whatever
Howard the
pie
pie
we had.
guy?
Howard is our pie guy. He is a resident pastry chef, actually.
I'll yell into the tent. Howard, do you have any pies?
No, I think I ate it already.
Okay.
But we could definitely get some more. Because I feel like it's going to be that kind of night.
All right. At this time, we'll say, Howard, just for funsies, you're making an investigation check over Jarrell's room.
Okay.
And there were, we'll see. What's your roll?
19.
Okay, 19. So going into the room where Jarrell was, you do see that there were two chests in the corner. Large, hardy, very cliche treasure-looking chests, like pirate sailors with a curved top open to big fat padlock on it. Darkened, stained wood with black metal, iron, kind of that rivets up and down the sides, bolts. There is his dresser, as well as a footlocker. And as you're kind of looking down his footlocker, you see that there is a hidden door, or like a hidden, almost like a drop latch mechanism on the side of the bottom of the footlocker, the little chest. About this footlocker is about 2 feet by about half a foot up in size comparison. So small. And there's almost like a little drop lever of sorts by it. And as you do, you turn around, you see Finks is looking around and going over Jarrell's bedding and just kind of looking over and looking for any last minute clues that were left there, because Finks ran off from the Silver Dragon into the room.
I'm gonna try to open up the little drop latch, whatever it is.
And try to open up the drop latch. Okay.
Yep.
Make a sleight of hand check. Or are you trying to be stealthy about this, or like careful like Remus would, or are you just trying to like just open it up?
No.
Oh, just
No,
make a straight dex.
That's a 9.
That's a 9. Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck yeah. 10.
As you go to see this little lever switch that it looks like you have to push it and lock it as you push and like kind of push it down. So as you slide it in, you have to drop it. And then there seems to be, as you do so, a button that pops out. And as you see the button popped out, you assume you may have to like kind of click it and pop it back in as it was released when the lever moves. And as you push it back in, there's a thought in your head of Remus saying, no, not that. As there's a second sound of as some gas begins coming out from the bottom drop shelf that you see in the footlocker, out of the creasing along the wooding. You see this gas that comes out. As you do,
quickly gonna like grab the lapel part of my coat and just like put it over to kind of cover up.
What was your Constitution save?
It's a 10.
It's a 10. You begin to feel a little woozy, and as you rock back and forth, you just kind of shake it off. As you feel there's almost like the feeling of kind of what shakes it off, like kind of like what shakes your head to shake it off is this like tendril movement under your skin, almost like something. You ever see the ruins?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that, like something like that.
Okay.
Kind of like helps shake you out of it.
Okay.
Whatever affecting you doesn't affect you. There is a secondary clicking sound though that you hear come from within the footlocker.
I look over at Finks real quick. That wasn't me. The locker thing farted, and then I'm going to go back in through and see what I can find in there.
Okay. Just for sake of it, just Finks, we had you run back into Jarrell's room, and you're just kind of looking over for any clues of his disappearance and where he could have went to. Howard, open up the footlocker. You see multiple sheets of paper that are blank, just like blank sheets of parchment. There is a pair of boots there. At first glance, do you have dark vision? No.
But I have my lantern.
Lantern looking in. First glance, you see these boots have this almost kind of like spider webbing looking effect up the side of it, almost like lays of like a stitching of like an embossing of spider webs and stitching up the side. And they cut off at the ankles. They're kind of almost like a Converse high top, where they come up in the stitchings up the side. Black looking soles, and you see that there is a crack on the bottom of the bed of the footlocker that's cracked open, so you kind of have to push and slide it to get to what's beneath it.
Okay, I will do that.
Interest in what Howard's doing. He's gonna kind of like peer in with him.
So
I hold on to the boots real tight, like I found them, they're mine. And then I'm going to keep on going, like push the bottom through if I can, and see what else is in there.
Silly Howard. Finks already has boots.
All right, good. Just making sure.
And they're smelling great. Briny, salty smell. The mention of them just hit you. Looking, you see it is a book that has a big latch of metal that wraps around it from where the pages would like kind of break it open. No lock on it, but the metal latches over and it just looks kind of fastened.
Okay, I will grab the book as well.
Okay. Grab the book.
I don't think there's anything else in here unless you want to try to rummage through Finks, but I'm going to sit down for a second.
Okay.
And I'm just going to kind of go off to the side and sit.
All right.
I'll check underneath.
Underneath the
chest, the footlocker.
Underneath the chest. So the drop drawer is what was underneath it. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about like literally underneath the whole thing.
Underneath it. Okay. Make a strength check as you go to lift the. Are you lifting the chest up or pushing it?
Yeah.
Okay. Strength check.
How does 13 do?
Okay, it wasn't a big footlocker. You slide it off to the side. You know what? I want to roll percentile dice because I'm curious.
Yes.
Okay, I'll
It's
allow
all
it.
his halfling porn.
One can only help.
So let's make sure I confirm that. So you see the sign that has been familiar. Make a history check.
Oh. That's a 9.
That's a 9. With advantage.
Okay.
Familiar.
Still a 9.
Damn it. Okay. Taste your moment as you're kind of staring at this kind of dumbstruck. It's dumbfound. Be more like it. This is the same symbol that Howard has been drawing and leaving everywhere.
Oh. So, Howard, see you were here before us.
Yeah, that's how I got these boots in the book.
And I kind of point to I tap the sign with the Sphinx's mace.
Which, wooden floor, by the way. And the sign is carved into almost like with a wood carver. So it's about this big around. And it's been almost like chiseled with wood, like carving tools, into the wooden floor.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't leave that.
This is clearly your handwriting.
I mean, I don't know if it's my handwriting. It's carved into the wood.
Yeah.
All right, hold on one second, because I'm still trying to fix my shoes as I'm like taking off one boot and trying to put the new boots on.
Okay.
Just new boot goofing.
New boot goofing. All right, so once I get the boots on and everything, I'm gonna kind of like, do they fit? Are they a little loose, tight?
So I'm just going to confirm how much time you taking with these.
I don't know, like 5 minutes of that maybe.
So you put them on, snip them, snugged. As you finish the final lace, it feels like they're almost kind of they're like perpetually snugged on, like they're unremovable.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. These are feeling fine. I'm gonna take my boots and just chuck them off to the side.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right. Let me see the sign. I'm gonna go check the sign, put my hand on it, feel like the grooves. Do I feel like any kind of magical aura coming from it?
Are you doing detect magic? Are you doing a spell
No,
on
I'm
them?
just
Make an Arcana check.
yeah.
We'll say.
I was gonna say just
Make a straight Arcana check.
Ooh, 26.
Okay. These definitely have a magical trait to them. You could feel that. There probably will have to be further investigation, but with the 26, wait just a second. Let me see. How much? Do you have any attunement items attached to you at this time? Are you attuned to anything?
I have my pendant, and then I have my lantern.
So only those two attunements, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So you do feel, we'll say that the final attunement slot is
Actually,
taken.
Hold on, I take that back. The lantern isn't an attunement one. It's just the pendant.
Okay, so just the pendant? Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll say right now you do have a second attunement item, and you feel as you kind of stand up, go to step, it is almost like your feet are stuck to the ground a little bit.
Okay.
Almost like they're sticky. And as you kind of keep stepping up and walking over to Finks through the struggle, it becomes a little bit easier to walk. And yeah. You believe with the 26 minutes, that's pretty fucking high. You have the slippers of spider kind, essentially.
Nice.
Yes.
Spider kind.
How long does it take to attune to something?
For this sake, generally it's a short rest. Generally, for sake of story, without you knowing anything any further, we'll say the zipping. That's an attunement.
So like that wand that Howard had given to me that I used
Yeah.
would, after, since I'm not really technically doing anything since I let the kids free, I'm just kind of lounging about. Can I try and attune to it? Or kind of figure out what its deal was, why it disappeared, whatever.
Did the wand fully disappear?
No, I did. Like when I used remember? So like I'm just trying to figure out what this is and what's going on.
So yeah, you can equip the wand of fireballs. You would hit attuned. I believe if it doesn't require attunement, this item of it, we'll say it does. And through the attunement process, you would have done that. You would have known of. So attuning is essentially you equipping to a powerful magic item or a magical item,
Right.
so that you don't OP on the number of items you have.
Okay.
And it's different attunement items, or different items have different attunement stuff. So like if there may be a sacred dagger that needs to be attuned while skinning the first kill on like the first full moon. Certain items may have like weird ritual stuff that needs to be done, or just the act of putting the item on in meditation. The whole thing of the going invisible, we'll say that would be an extra effect, and I guess make an intelligence check to kind of make the connect 2 and 2. Or wisdom check, just to say for this.
Go with wisdom. So 17.
17.
Yeah.
All right. Clicking 2 and 2 together, together with your connection to the Fae, you knew that there's something off and different about this wand. And really what you just now know is that this is a wand of fireball as a standard. But now, when you cast a spell through this wand, you roll on the magic surge table, as well as it has the smell of fruity pebbles.
Fantastic. Okay.
But, so that is that. Okay. So, back in the room, Howard and Finks.
Morgor is going to walk into the room too.
Okay.
And put on Howard's old boots, but they're going to like rip because of how big his clawed foot is, and go, "Oh, me Howard, me worship Yellow King, me worship Worst God."
Morgor, you're very close, except you need a yellow coat. I'm not giving you mine though.
Morgor kind of goes like this, pretending he has a coat.
I'll run up behind Morgor and cast Infestation and go Eldritch Blast.
Two little fleets. Remus Corvier is, for the sake of this use.
Please, I would like to talk. Tomorrow, I need rest.
Oh yeah, there's a giant what was it, a frog monster in the big tent?
Yeah.
Oh no, I got rid of the one. Was there still a second one?
Nope, just the one.
Damn. I was gonna say you could eat what's left of that, but there's nothing left of that now.
I will eat in the morning. It has been a rough time for me.
Did I notice that Finks came back?
At this point, you start to hear Finks' voice down the hall.
He's literally on the floor laughing at Morgor's impression.
I'm gonna yell out to Finks to come here for a second if he's able to.
All right, I'll kind of slink around and make sure that sword's not turned on, and then pop into the room.
Oh yeah, we're good.
All right.
Finks, can you our large silver friend here is tired. Is there any way you can put him a little more at ease before he rests? I don't know if you can help with the collar damage that was there, or
yeah, I can. Can I just drop a healing spell on him, Anthony?
Most certainly.
Okay. I don't think that's going to fix any exhaustion, but
First, we don't kill dragon. Now we heal dragon. Oh, Morgor's so mad.
Aren't you part dragon, Morgor?
Yeah, don't you like dragons?
Not this dragon. This dragon worshipped Bahamut.
This dragon was confused. He was all chained up.
That's okay, Morgor. If you're Howard, Howard loves dragons equally.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, me Howard. Howard had bad taste in dragon.
Well, obviously I like you, so that is a bad taste. And I'm going to wave my hand, and I'm going to cast Minor Illusion and make a yellow coat on him.
14 to heal the dragon.
I want to see a drawing of Morgor in a yellow coat with the rift boots.
Kind of like a Bruce Banner ripped coat.
Bruce Banner, yeah.
I was thinking Tommy Boy.
That's
Yeah,
even
that's
better.
it.
with the claws just popping out of the boots. So you healed him 14. The dragon.
14 healing, yes.
Thank you. Young one, little one, I should say. You're not so young. We'll talk in the morning. I appreciate you and your party, and I'll be more presentable.
As he just curls up where he is and just
Till then,
it just rolls over and clocks out snoring very loud. You see a little bit of healing, and cuts are starting to magically be stitched up by little goblins that are running up and down the dragon's sides, healing some of the wounds. There's one of them just with what looks to be like a ragged newspaper, and is spraying him with the bottle, and just a little bit of silver is being polished. Tink! Looks up at you, thumbs up.
Good as new.
Well done. I think that'll help our new friend. He's asleep. He doesn't know.
Thanks. Make an investigation check. Maybe make a straight perception check.
Okay.
As your little healing goblins are cleaning up and trying to stitch up the wounds. Okay.
24, nat 20.
Nat 20, nice. You do see on the back side of one of the rear passenger leg, there is a scrape. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
On like his thigh, there is a clawed scarred mark that looks like deformed skin that has been like played and cut and ripped at, that is missing like scales, and like they've been growing back, but like this portion of the leg has just been just kind of torn up at. And you're looking at the remainder of the dragon, and you're now seeing that other pieces and parts of the dragon on the underside have kind of ripped and been toyed at and tugged. And looks like scales have been like removed and harvested.
I'm gonna roll a medicine check. Nat 20.
Nice.
And I wanted to know what I could do to either ease or help his healing process, if anything.
Apart from you're not fully aware of what can straight up return the years of trauma that this dragon has been in servitude and been a slave under with his collar.
I don't heal mental things, just
As far as healing, just
job.
straight dumping healing into a creature can heal it. Like if you're to fight a dragon, dragons out there will have healing potions for themselves to take, and other intelligent beasts can benefit from potions and factors as well. So healing can work as well. Perhaps greater restoration. You don't know what a lesser restoration could do on the calming side for it to be able to rest, but healing spells do work.
Okay. Well, if he's resting, then he'll be okay. So I don't want to dump any more heal spells into him right now.
All right. You two are in there. Howard, were you going after the other chest, or are you leaving them as is?
Before I do that, I'm gonna go through the book real quick.
You go to open the book.
Mm-hmm.
The back side, that steel, it's about a 2-inch wide plate that bends around the cover of the book down to the back, and they're riveted in, almost like with bolt, not riveted, not riveted, almost like punched in to the sides and bound. So like there's no like screw marks or nothing to twist them or push them in, but they're bolted into it. So you go to kind of pull it, and there is no release.
All right, well, I'll deal with that later. I'm going to put it in my little satchel of holding.
Okay.
And then I'm going to walk over to the next chest and see if I can open that and see what's in there.
Okay. Any bit of Remus influencing you with the stealth check? You just dexing it. Dexing? Just dex
Dexing
it.
it.
Yeah, just straight dexes.
It worked for me the first time, so why not? 13.
Okay. Dexing. You see the lock. You go to jam your knife into it. One of your daggers. Try to twist it, and there's as you bend one of the daggers inside the keyhole, trying to twist it around. The dagger tip snaps off and is stuck inside the one chest lock.
It's useless. I'm gonna pitch that dagger. Well, let's see if this will. How wide is the footlocker? A couple of feet, you said?
This isn't the footlocker. This one is one of like the actual chests, like an actual like. This is like
chest,
this
okay.
is like the cliche looking chest of gold, like pirate chest style, like just
All right.
box rounded top.
And it's like the classic padlock on the
Classic
front, or-
padlock at appearance.
All right. I'm gonna grab the lock, both hands, and Eldritch Blast out of both hands through the lock.
Okay. Make attack rolls.
22 for the first one and 21 for the second.
Okay. Roll damage.
So 9 on the first and 14 on the second.
As you pull your hands away, the locks are still intact. They look a little scuffled, but holding firm. Pull it down.
Okay.
It's pretty tight.
I'm gonna spend the next couple of turns doing the same thing.
Roll 2 more attack rolls for me.
All right. 23
Okay.
and 21 again.
Okay. Hit. Do the same.
Nice. 14 again on the first.
No progress.
And 13 on the second.
As you let these 2 other blasts go, you don't seem to be doing much damage with it. Like, keep blasting it maybe over the course of a few hours. If this is how you're going to try and proceed, it's going to take some time.
Yeah. Nah, this isn't working. Remus. I need Kevin.
Oh, okay. What are you doing?
Trying to get in this chest.
All right. Well, I can probably just try it first.
Oh, yeah. I guess you can. try.
Morgor, help.
Well, do you want me to see what's inside it first?
Yes, because I feel like Morgor might break it. Sorry, Morgor. No offense.
Me no, Morgor. Me Howard. Eldritch
yeah.
Blast. And I throw a hand axe at it.
Yes.
Make an attack
Amazing.
roll.
Can I start to look through the chest while this is happening?
Yes.
20.
The axe, ding, right on the top of the on top of the chest. The axe is wedged into it. Got a pretty good lift, about half an inch into the wood, sticking out. Remus, as you're looking over this wooden chest, you see in it a large pile of. Make a perception check.
Do. 19.
Okay. 19. Okay. You see a large pile of silver in it. Almost like do they keep their money? Large pile of appears to be silver, and you see that there are a few glass bottles that are filled and corked. You can't really tell what they are specifically, but there's a variety of liquid in this crate.
It looks like coins and liquids in little jars with stoppers. Your little tube things you like to drink.
What color liquid?
I do not see color in my eye.
Try your other eye.
Well, I can't see through the wood that way.
Oh.
But it shouldn't be too hard to open, I think.
Okay.
Do you want help, or do you want me to do it, or?
Yeah, no, go for it, because I've tried and I can't get past the lock.
All right. I will attempt to open the chest.
Okay. I need you to do a check for me with disadvantage. Because there is, as you're upon looking at it, you see that there is a bent off and snapped front half of a dagger wedged into the lock.
If I see that, can I play like operation essentially with the lock and pull that piece out first?
Yeah. Make a dexterity check.
All right. $15.
15. It wasn't the most wedged in there, but it was. But you could feel that as you're pulling it out, a few of the tumblers were jammed and busted in the process, and you could see that the half of the dagger that was wedged in there is torn up. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult to open this padlock. But
All right.
Front of the dagger knife is removed.
Sick. I'm gonna try and open it now.
All right. We'll say straight roll on this, so no disadvantage.
All right. It's just Dex.
Dex plus your sleight of hand.
Sick.
Plus proficiency if it isn't already proficient, but I'm sure you have.
Oh, it is. 29.
29. Easy enough. You slip in Kevin as he turns into the key. Put him in there, and just like every old time, you go to twist to unlock it. Unlocks. The padlock drops open. Chest is unlocked.
I unlocked it. I'm not opening it though, and I'm going to walk back away slowly from this mysterious chest.
All right. There's a second chest next to it. You do see. 2. I don't know if you want to begin
We'll see.
working on that.
We'll see how this one goes first.
All right. Howard.
Morgor opened the chest.
Morgor is going to open the chest. Okay. Morgor, you walk over. Padlock is offset, unlocked. You see a clasped open. How you open in the chest? Just.
I'm going to take both hands
Okay.
on the side of the chest and then just like go like this and flip the whole chest.
Awesome. Make a strength roll.
It's like rage quitting the chest.
No more games of Monopoly for Morgor.
23.
23. As you lift the lid of the chest, the metal hinges that the padlock was still hooked onto snap and bend off. The top of the chest rips completely and flips, and as the bucket of the chest falls back, there's a scattering of silver coins all over the floor. As you see 3 glass vials roll out, as well as a quiver of arrows that are about 6 inches long, with little tiny baby bird fletchings on them.
Morgor doesn't want any of this.
Okay.
What color are the vials?
You walking over, are you going to start like kind of rummaging through and grabbing them, or are you just kind of looking?
I'm just looking at the moment.
Looking at them. The one that you see appears to be a blue. One is a red, and the other one is tucked into the silver coins, and it has a metallic-looking liquid to it, possibly silver. Can't really tell. It just has a shimmer ring that, almost like a shimmering that where the lighting in the room is kind of off, as catching it. It's hard to distinguish what it is.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys don't mind, I'll take the liquids. Remus, you could probably put the silver in your body. I don't know if that's how that works still. Morgor, you don't want anything? Like even this
Not
little
quite
arrow?
the same, but I'll take the silver.
All right.
I'll take the arrow.
Okay. Take the arrow. You see the You see, it looks about the size of almost like your hand, the length of your hand, for like a super small bow and arrow, maybe.
I pull out my crossbow. Does it fit?
I forgot you had a. Is it a hand crossbow?
I believe so. Yeah. Hold on. Let me. Crossbow light.
If I'm not mistaken, let me just make sure. Let me just confirm. It's little. It actually is. Your crossbow is a light cross. You have a light crossbow.
Yeah.
I believe it is a. Let's see, is this a two-handed weapon?
Oh, takes 2 hands to cock, probably.
Yeah. So okay. So no, this is a two-handed
That's
weapon.
what she said.
So light crossbows be a lighter. It's kind of be almost like a smaller looking one. It's not so heavy duty. This. So these arrows, as you kind of pull out your crossbow and kind of compare it, these appear to be about like a half to maybe a third of the size of your normal crossbow bolts.
I'll still hold on to it.
Okay. Maybe find something smaller for hand size. There you go.
Yeah, deal.
Cool.
For sake of it, you can mark down that you have 20 hand crossbow bolts.
Anything special about them?
Say it again.
Anything special about them?
Make an Arcana check.
Hold on. See, it's 22.
22. There appears to be a frosted, almost, especially with your encounter with the dragon, with Corvair, and seeing his breath weapon in action, you actually see that the front of these tips are almost frosted. Almost like when you leave metal in the freezer overnight, and you see them in like frostbitten metal. I don't know how to describe it.
Okay.
And they're actually, as you're kind of touching them, almost cold to the touch. But you have 20 frost-tipped crossbow bolts.
Okay.
And put a little asterisk next to it. So further investigation, you may know more.
Cool. Cool.
Okay.
Cool. The blue vial, is that like the same as my other blue vials I once had?
It looks similar to it.
Awesome. Yep, I'm going to start pocketing all those.
Make
And
an
then you
intelligence
said-
check.
Okay. 17.
17. Knowing Jarrell and knowing how his mindset works, seeing the magical essence of the crossbow bolts and of fighting with Corvair and seeing the silver, there's something that's kind of connecting to you that's making you think that Jarrell was using his magical the connection and the properties of such a beast to make special enchantments and items for himself, which is not a first for him. Recalling the barrels with people fermenting in them in Brian's spell.
Well, gotta hand it to the little guy. He's quite a crafty one. All right, well, there was one more chest or no? That was
There's
the
a second
one, right?
chest next to him. For the silver count, I'll say there's easily 350 gold. I'm sorry, 350 silver in the chest. So however you guys wish to divvy it up, that's your call.
Yeah.
Yes, Remus.
Oh no, I'm
Shy.
raining silver upon myself.
It's like Flash Dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know how to start this. Finks,
He's
what happened with Jarrell exactly?
he left in a flash of smoke and light. He
You can
said-
still can you track him?
Go ahead,
No.
Finks. Tell him why he left. Like
Tell
a
me.
parent
Tell me
like a
why.
parent scolding a child. Why did he leave, Finks?
I hear he had to go to the bathroom.
He left because I tricked him into giving me his house keys.
Oh.
See, he could have just left without doing that.
So we have a slight thing.
Wait, Morgor have question.
Morgor, hello. What's Yeah.
Finks.
Yes. Is this
Who?
is it Morgor I'm talking to?
This Morgor,
Not
Okay.
Howard.
not Howard.
Okay, sometimes you change colors. Yes, Morgor.
I'm Morgor.
You're not red.
No, yeah, you're right. I'm not red.
Finks. Who killed the Chimera?
I did.
What?
I hit it with a spell, and then Maximus carried me out, and then we walked back in, and there was no more Chimera. Think about it.
I'm thinking. Morgor sits down and starts thinking.
Hey, is this a? Is this that what? Oh, okay. That's a very random question.
Morgor, let me rephrase my answer. Finks did not kill the Chimera. The power of the moon killed the Chimera. Finks merely pointed it in the right direction. And
That's
then I'm
more
gonna do
confusing.
I'm gonna do like a magic little like moon symbol with my magic. Little sigil.
What a lovely moon.
Make it like a cheap neon motel sign.
It flashes and buzzes for a second.
Flickering.
Color TV, jacuzzi room.
So Jarrell's gotta be here still, Finks.
Well, Finks is just going to explain how his spell works. The only way he could be away from what I can detect is if he's 1,000 feet or more. I don't think this carnival is much bigger than that,
No,
so he's not here.
but okay. So here's the problem with that. The carnival wouldn't be here if Jarrell wasn't still here.
Why do you say that?
Because the carnival only remains if the ringmaster is in the carnival.
Oh, that's
That-
Finks now.
Maximus
Finks
looks
is gonna
up
pull
and
out the
goes,
key
"What if
ring."
That's Finks.
Oh,
I'm the master of this ring.
oh,
Now what?
you're stuck here, I think.
I thought those were house
Oh.
keys, Finks.
Yeah, key ring. This is Jarrell's ring.
Yeah, well, I think he may have tricked you.
That's
Yeah.
the keys of the circus, buddy.
Yeah, not his house.
He lives here.
He trapped you here.
Oh, so I'm in charge then.
Yeah,
It
Yes.
as much as
seems-
you can be without being able to leave. Yes.
There's only one way to find out, right? We need to go find somebody that's still collared up and see if they do what you tell them to do.
Let's go. And I start walking out the door.
We just freed everyone.
We still have that. Remus, you have the collar, right, for the dragon? Why don't we just put the collar back on the dragon?
No,
I would not do that.
Okay, well, just a suggestion. Whatever.
Put collar on Morgor. Morgor, try it.
That's an excellent idea.
I
Maybe.
have the extra collar.
Oh, you know what? That reminds me. I'm gonna start digging through my bag. I also have these manacles from, what's her name? Kalna.
I don't see this going well.
All right, Morgor, come on, hands up. And I'm gonna put the manacles on Morgor. All right, Finks, command him to start following the Yellow King. Forget about Tiamat. Yellow King is true.
No, let's start simple.
Oh, okay.
Morgor, stand up.
Dick's already standing.
No, I sat down to
Oh, you
think.
did. Oh, you did sit down. Okay, I mean, make a Constitution save. Sorry, not Constitution. Be Wisdom. Make a Wisdom. Oh, lies. I believe it's a Wisdom. Let me just check my notes.
This note check is brought to you by Morgore's Collar Emporium.
Wisdom.
Whether you're big, small, or somewhere in between, we've got the collar just right for you.
Make a Wisdom save.
All right.
Can that be a new Kaimon? Is Morgore's collar?
This sure can be.
Awesome.
It's like a one of those snakes in a basket, but it's like a chain.
Yeah.
I got a 3.
3. You listen. I mean, there's no compulsion to stand up, but I mean, you can upon your own free will.
I'm gonna keep sitting.
And jingle the keys.
It's tempting.
All right, maybe we're a little off base here.
Do any of those keys unlock the shackles?
Do they?
You have not tried any of them. No one's checked. No one's tempted.
How many
them.
keys are there? I mean,
A 4 or 5 key ring. 5 keys on it.
5.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of them look different, less mundane than the others?
One of them looks clearly out of place as a standard old house key, like a little bit of like dulled brass, worn away. Standard kind of skeleton key, like you lock a house with. Not skeleton key, like an old like we got the teeth on it. One of them has the same metal that matches the kind of stereotypical dark, like thick, heavy iron feel to it, and then the other 3 are very feistical. I'll say they're kind of fey. There's some fey traits about him, like there's little fairies on the like. There's like the teeth thing
cool.
that you see are like wings, and it's like, oh, these are different.
Let's try them. Let's start with the fairy ones.
Kind of jingle them in. Fairy ones don't work. I'll say Morgor, make a wisdom save.
7.
7. Okay. Take 7 points of psychic damage as the collar feels an intrusion on your hand. Sorry, not the collar. You had the shackles on your arms. As one of the shackles begins to have this electrical surge that pulses into your wrist, your nose starts to bleed as you take 7 psychic damage.
Morgor, stop squirming. I try the next one.
Okay. Fairy key again.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Okay. Morgor, another wisdom save.
You might as well roll 2, because
Yeah, roll 2 wisdom saves.
12 and 11.
All right. Another 7 psychic damage. 6 psychic
these
damage.
don't work.
So 7 and then 6. Those 3,
Okay.
you could try any of the other keys or not?
I guess we might as well just go through the gauntlet here.
All right. Would you go to the you're going to do the standard brass key next, aren't you?
Nope, because that's the right one.
All right. You use
the other one.
you use the gnarly looking iron one that's kind of has like this blood stains on it.
Yeah.
Put it in. Matching the rusty iron kind of texture on the shackles on the hands. Opens up on one side. The second one.
Aha. Then I open it again. Collar, listen to me. And
Shackles.
oh yeah,
We're all the same
shackles.
column. All good.
Okay. All right, that didn't work.
How do you feel, Morgor?
Morgor angry.
Got a headache.
Yeah, it sounds like Morgor.
So he's fine.
All right. So,
Hey, Finks, can I see those keys real quick? I promise I'll give them right back.
You can see them, but I'm holding them.
Okay, can I hold them? I'll give
No.
them right back.
You
I'll
can see
give
them,
you-
and I will hold them right up in front of his eyes.
I'm curious to know if greater treasure is hidden in that chest, and one of those keys can open that chest.
Which chest?
The only one that's left.
All right, I run in there.
As I point.
I saw it first.
The chest right next to the one that was previously open that flipped on its side. Run over. Try one of the fairy key, other fairy key, third fairy key. Unlocks it.
They don't work. I'm gonna quietly try to.
This is
I'm
right.
walking in there after him.
I'm still in the room, I think.
Yeah, you all are in this room that this is all happening in. Finks is just
I'm still
to the
trying.
side.
Are there any snacks around? I could just kind of just be enjoying the show and just any peanuts left over.
I've got a mushroom you could eat.
I mean, there are like bags of popcorn and some like peanuts. So you see some that are scattered across the ground, probably kicked in and shuffled in from passage. You know, it's a carnival. People walking around.
I'll just start snacking, enjoying the show.
I'm gonna look over at Max and kind of examine his face a little bit. Is there any like clues of a feather that he might have eaten a bird child, being a tabaxi?
Make a perception check. Because you technically weren't in the room when all this was going on.
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. 7.
You don't see any. So if he did,
Okay.
swiped it pretty quickly.
Just gonna make a mental note. Good to know.
Finks.
All right, thanks. What'd you find?
You open up the second chest, lift it, and you see another chest full of silver coins. At first glance, you see stashed in it a wooden handle that is just sticking up. It appears to be a smaller of a weapon of sorts, but you just see like the grip of like the handle, like actual grip, and a little like lever where there's like a space for a trigger.
That's coming out right now.
As you go to grab it, it's perfect size for your hand as it wraps around. It's actually a little. That's a lie. It's actually a little big for your hand. But this appears to be about a quarter of the size of the crossbow that Maximus had pulled out. The hand crossbow. You see it has this dark oak wood staining along the sides with plating of gold. Nice little rivets kind of punched up on it. Inscriptions down the back side of it. And the front mechanism where you would lay the bolt is actually plated in gold as well.
This sounds fun.
You don't see any threading or any kind of bow to like pull and cock it with, though. It's just at the front of where it essentially looks like almost like a hand pistol, and then just the two parts of the wood that kind of push out from the side.
Can I try to fire it into a safe direction?
Just pull it out, pull the trigger.
Yeah.
As you grip it in your hands, you can see a faint, almost as if it's like an invisible thread kind of appear at the front of the hand crossbow. But as you pull and point the trigger and pull it, nothing happens.
Things wants to keep this. You can keep this over.
Okay. In the silver, you do see that there is a pouch of sorts and stuff kind of at the deep. You guys have to go digging for some more stuff. I don't know. How are you guys digging? Who's pulling out? What's up, Remus?
I'm just dumping coins out like they're going out of style.
Shoveling them out. You're pulling out coins. It's roughly 400 silver here. You guys can divvy that up. Remus, make a perception check on the silver as you're pulling it out.
13.
13. Okay. As you're pulling it out, this silver looks like it's newly pressed and stamped. There's no insignia on it also. And it almost has this, at the edges of the coins, it's almost tapered. Kind of like think of like a pirate shilling, where it's not like a straight, like punched coin.
Okay.
As you're shoveling it out, you also see what appears to be almost like a clamping mechanism that is used for punching coins and kind of bending them and molding them as well. The bottom of the crate, and next to it, you see a secondary pouch that you could fit in the palm of your hand. That is this like tanned leather that's zipped tight. Using your eye, if you would look into it, you see it appears to be scales of sorts sitting in the pouch. There's also a quiver of smaller arrows as well, like a small little kind of side pouch that you could like strap, like a little canister about this big, and you see there's a bundle of arrows, bolts tucked into it.
Hey, Remus, do you mind if I see one of those coins?
Sure, take as many as you want. I think they made them, whoever they are.
Yeah, I figured as much. I'm gonna grab one coin, and I'm gonna walk over to the other area where the silver dragon is sleeping, and I'm gonna kind of like hold it up to the silver dragon. Is it roughly the same type of silver?
It's roughly. I mean, it looks like silver. It looks like it.
That's what I thought. They're taking the sorry, you're sleeping.
He's sleeping.
They're taking the silver dragon's scales and making silver out of them.
Huh. I
So,
don't know if
need more
that's
silver.
smart or mean. I mean, we've got enough silver here. He seems nice.
Yeah, that's how they got their silver. They took his scales.
Well, I mean, there's enough silver here.
Okay.
We can get other stuff. I don't know. There's got to be a gold dragon, right?
Yeah, if we could find a gold dragon or a platinum dragon, would be even better.
That is true.
Hey,
Finks.
You guys had a gold dragon at some point, technically.
We did. Oh, I still have the claw. We're set, Howard.
Good. Keep that clamping mechanism. We'll definitely use that.
Finks, I'll trade you this tube of arrows and stuff for your fancy dagger you like so much.
No.
All right, what do you trade me for this tube of arrows and such for that weapon you have? Oh, I guess I should just eat this then, or have Morgor destroy it.
No. Don't do that. I'll buy it from you, with money, like every other transaction.
What am I going to do with? No, I want things.
Don't eat them.
But you can't do anything with money in this world.
Are you sure?
I have no idea, truly. We have not paid for one thing, I think, since we've gone to Barovia.
That is fair.
You guys really haven't gone to a shop in quite some time.
We got our fill of Rockadoodle's fine wares.
Oh, yeah.
And
Very true.
So, what do you guys wish to do? Corvair said he'll speak to you in the morning when he is able to recoup a little bit.
Why don't we rest?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I guess so. You guys can rest. I'm going to poke my head out the tent. Carnival's still around?
Carnival's still around.
Okay.
It's severely dead at this place. Pun not intended. The undead have cleared out of your vicinity. You don't know if the rest of the carnival is cleared out as well, but it is still here.
All right. Yeah, we can make camp here tonight.
All right. So, how you guys making camp? Just chilling in the room?
May as well.
Taking shift switches? Okay. All right. Before you guys hit long rest, anything you guys wish to do?
Howard's going to go through his newly acquired book and see about messing with the little clamp thingy and figuring out a way if he can get it to open.
Okay. During your rest, make an investigation check.
All right. Oh. 18.
Looking it over, up and down the spine, searching for magical incantations, for keywords. There's nothing that appears to be a unlocking or locking mechanism for this book. If there's a keyword to open it, perhaps it just has to be known.
I'm just gonna start saying random words.
Anything in particular? Nothing.
Open.
Nothing.
Yellow King.
Nothing.
Tiamat.
Nothing.
Jor-El.
You know what? Not a bad guess, but for Jor-El, but nothing.
Try Jarrell 1.
Did you capitalize the J?
Capital Jor-El 1.
Nothing.
All right. Well, I don't think I have anything to. Hey, thanks. You said I know you took off with Sal, my new bestie. Where did he go off to?
Yes, Sal went home, but he said he wanted to talk to us some more.
Oh, good. I want to talk to him too.
I gave him a doll, so I will be able to track him down, I hope. But he didn't give me directions. So I don't know where he lives.
I don't either.
It was kind of made clear that he'll message you with further instructions to visit him.
Okay.
One of those just, I'll find you, you'll find me. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. I can wait then until we find Sal.
All right.
Cool. All right, well, you guys rest up. I'm going to go.
Howard.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
Well,
he
I mean,
seemed interested in speaking with you, so I'm sure he'll be here sooner than later.
Cool. All right, well, don't mind me. I'm just going to get some fresh air. I'm just going to walk outside.
Okay, you walk out the tent.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is on your watch. Are you doing this while everyone else is sleeping?
I can take the entire watch. I don't have to necessarily sleep for a long rest.
That is true. So is everyone else just sleeping, or does anyone else want to do anything during the night?
I wanted to figure out this crossbow.
Okay. You doing anything as far as investigation on it, or like investigation, identify, or you just Arcana checking it, or just
the typical Arcana check, attunement process.
All right, make an Arcana check.
Ritual.
Yeah.
I'll walk by Finks if he's checking out the crossbow, and I'll drop the frosted bolts in his lap.
Real quick too, I would have attuned to the spider slippers as well, and then before I walked out. So continue on.
7 Arcana.
Okay. With the Arcana check, are you attempting to attune to it if it is attunable?
Yes.
Okay. As you attune to this item, there is a bitter cold touch to grabbing the handle as it becomes chilled to the bone, and you feel the resistance to cold damage while using this in combat.
Interesting.
As well as you grab it, you notice and attune to it that the buzzing kind of this like faint line that you could see form, and now becomes fully more clear to you specifically as it becomes a silver string. Okay. And through the attunement process, you're aware that this is a +1 hand crossbow that does not have an actual physical string that needs to be restrung or be feared of snapping. With this crossbow, all you need to do is place a bolt on and pull it, and a string magically appears and is cocked for you.
Okay, I'll take a regular crossbow bolt and just see, play with it.
Okay.
How it feels and
Grab it. You firing it?
real quick, are hand crossbows simple weapons? I might not even be able to use this. Or I fell too in love with it.
Just confirm.
Oh nope, it's martial.
Yeah. So I think you could still fire with it. I believe you don't add your proficiencies to it. Modifier.
Okay. All right. Well, kind of playing around with it and figuring it out. I guess I'm gonna kind of not really like it as much as I think it's a cool weapon.
Okay.
I can't be the one to use it efficiently. So out of game, I don't know who can use martial weapons. I think Remus might be.
I can
do it. Yeah, Morgor can do it. I think that might be it.
Finks, you do say that this is very this is attuned with silver inlays that has been carved with a dragon up and down it. So like the plating on it, as you're kind of looking at it now, you see that there's almost like the shape of a curved silver dragon head and neck up and down this handle side of it.
Okay.
I can use crossbows. Yeah, I mean, I guess.
I mean, is it a better option than your daggers?
Not really. Like it's good for long range. Well, actually, I don't know what's a crossbow do.
30 to 120.
What damage?
D6, and then the cold resistance.
No, it wouldn't do much. Well, I mean, cold resistance would be about it, but other than that.
So Morgor, instead of hand axes, would this be better?
No, because I add my strength modifier to the hand axe.
This would add your dexterity to it.
All right, I guess I'm going to keep it then.
Okay, cool.
I'll give Finks the bolts for it.
Okay. During the whole attunement of with this, you have frost damage plus 2 bolts.
Okay. Is it just a D6?
Check. My size. I believe it is not. This is going to be 2d8. Cold damage.
Cold damage. Cool. All right, that's it for me.
All right. And during your attunement process, too, of with the bolts, you do see that the bolts that you did find in the second chest, they're not standard +1 or anything like that bolts. There's something different about them, but they seem incomplete. They have they're paralysis bolts, but they have a 50% chance of working.
Is there a count on either one?
Be a 20 on. You have 20 paralysis bolts. It's a Constitution save of a DC 15, and paralyzed for 1 minute. After you launch one, you roll the percentile dice. 50 or lower, they fail. I'm sorry, no. It'd be technically 50 or lower, they succeed.
And then how many of the frostbolts?
20.
Okay, 20 each. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm gonna fashion like a side holster. It's the makeshift one.
What are you fashioning one out of?
Just some like cloth or whatever. Rip it off, whatever I'm wearing.
Okay.
You're not look good.
You're not like you're not an actual tinker, correct? I was thinking.
Not really.
Not really a tinkerer.
More of a hobby, less of a proficient thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
On the
things- things are
hobbiness, it's not that bad. I mean, you haven't done so much your leathermanship or anything like that, but you find a nice mix of a sling ripped with cloth and padding, bit of a leather together and kind of stitching it in. So you have a little bit of a not the most fashionable holster, but it'll do. To the side.
Cool.
It fits a little awkward because the front of the hand crossbow is angled out, so I just kind of position it a little offset it.
Okay.
All right. So that's you. Anyone else do anything for their night, or are we jumping to the next day?
While Howard is outside,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to look around. He doesn't really see anybody left around, right?
Make a perception check. Disadvantage because at this point it is now dark and nighttime.
Okay. 11.
11. It's all seems quiet and clear. It's starting to get into the dark of the night, middle of the night. It's eerily quiet. You hear footsteps running from behind you, beyond the other side of the tent, smashing into a table from the other side. Ba-ding! You hear a pot or something fall to the ground, crash. Those of you sleeping in a deep sleep, so you don't wake up with this one.
Hey, you okay? Let me help you.
You run around to the other side of the tent. There's a table that is knocked over in a second tent that was kind of backed up and butted to the side of where Jarrell's was, and you see it knocked over in the pot, almost like a watering cantina, just over. There's a vase smashed. You see footsteps running in, none running out.
Okay. Gonna follow the footsteps.
Follow the footsteps, and they stop at a small dresser that was pulled open. It was empty.
You gonna look behind the dresser?
Make an investigation check.
6.
Nothing.
Wherever you're at, I want to help you. Maybe you can help me too. Don't be afraid.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Okay. 13.
Okay. There's no movement, but you hear in your head, well, 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 Howard. You guys, bit of a tough one. But not all of the party's motives are on the same playing field. I will say, just to stroke your ego just a little bit, you're more influencing than you take yourself for. I see you found my mark. Well, his mark. Part of me wants to thank you. And then
Well,
nothing.
why don't you come out in person and thank me in person? Quit being a little bitch.
No further response.
I'm gonna hold up my lantern, look around.
Looking
Alright,
at the
see how it is.
footsteps, you see where they came from. and you begin to trace and follow them back into the room with everyone else. And they just appear in the middle of the room.
Okay.
Obviously, halfling-sized footsteps.
Yep. All right, so I'm assuming in the middle of the room with everybody else.
Middle of the room.
All right. Well, hey guys. So
Everyone, this is middle of the night still. Everyone is currently in the middle of their long rest. Do with it as you will.
So guys, not to wake you all up, but I'm gonna wake you all up. Jarrell was here.
I told you he didn't leave.
Huh? What?
Howard, Jarrell was here.
Howard killed Jarrell.
Yeah, but he got away again. So, not sure where he went. I tried looking for him, but he's invisible, or he disappeared, or he plane shifted. I think that's what he did.
Make an Arcana check.
10.
10. You see faintly in the center of where the footsteps appear, there's a rectangular shimmering of an outline.
He dimension doored here. One of the two. Anyway, good night, guys. Just letting y'all know.
Why couldn't that wait till morning?
I don't know. Honestly, I could have waited. I thought I just needed to tell y'all.
Why didn't you stop it? Why do you guys keep letting him go? I don't understand. You guys hate him so much, and then everyone gets to let him go. I didn't
let him go. He disappeared on me. I didn't necessarily make a deal with him and said, okay, bye. Like, some certain people, as I look down at things.
Morgor would not let him go. Morgor would crush his skull between his fingers.
Yeah. All right, well, just as a safety token, I'm going to leave the lantern there. So any bright light within the 30 feet,
why are we staying here? Why don't we leave?
I don't know. Where else can we go? There's no inn.
Back to Barovia? Out of the carnival dimension?
Can we leave? Finks, can you let us leave?
Yes.
I think we can.
Finks says we can leave.
Okay. Well then, yeah, let's leave. Do y'all want to
wait till tomorrow? Isn't it dangerous at night?
Sometimes, and I'm not really familiar with that much.
I don't know the difference anymore here. We got hit up by werewolf lasers in the middle of the day one time.
Yeah.
It's
better to wait.
I mean, to be fair, you did guys kind of piss off the laser werewolves.
Yeah. It's probably better to just stay here for now. Plus, I need to meet up with my new bestie once he shows up. I have a few questions for him.
The vampire?
Yeah. Sal.
Why would he come out during the day?
He was out during the day already, wasn't he?
I don't know.
It's not
doesn't
really
make
sunny.
much sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Finks is going to point out the clouds are always covering the sun. He appreciates that part of this world, and I think the vampires might appreciate that too.
Yeah. And maybe we can make him an honorary member of the Faybala 5. Sorry, Morgor.
What Faybala 5? This Morgor's party.
That's right, Morgor.
Yeah. All right, well. Good night, guys. I'm just going to walk back outside again.
Okay. You guys can all hit long rest if you used any spell slots. Morning's woken. You all hear the morning growlings and wakings of the dragon as they go. There's being a contorted sound to the vocal cords as the hello. As those of you waking up see a young dwarf walking down the tent, blackened beard grown down to about its chest, not so shaggy but kept nicely. There is a mohawked streak of sorts of it, not like a shaved mohawk, more of like a faux hawk, and you see it has frosted silver tips to it. It comes walking down with a simple leathered gearing.
Why, hello there, friends. Corvir, the dwarf at your service. It's been quite some time since I've been able to shape change to a more pleasant form. How do you all do? Do you sleep well?
He turned into a dwarf.
Yes, I did.
Finks is gonna go in the other room and just contemplate he healed a dwarf. He's not happy about it. He's not gonna say anything, but he's just gonna be in the other room. He's listening, just not in the room.
Wargor think Finks is racist.
Finks is definitely racist.
I mean, so is Mordor, but
Hey,
Well, I'm
um,
sorry if my appearance doesn't please all, but when I wish to interact with humanoids and the regular folk, a large silvered winged dragon isn't always the most appealing.
Are you a dwarf or a dragon?
No, I'm a dragon, but I take the
Oh.
form of this.
Okay, fine then. I'd walk back in. Dwarfs.
I'm sorry. He looks at you. I'm not going to change. But, so, yesterday I was freed by all of you, and I appreciate this. I don't know how much I can help, but I've been with these carnival enough that if we can take ownership of it, I believe I could take it away. Leave this horrible place.
thanks. Give him the keys.
Listen, it does not take mere keys to take ownership of this carnival. It has to be taken with blood. So, Jarell would need to die. Or
Well,
humiliated.
someone can find him and keep him there. I think we can give you an opportunity to kill him or take your blood that you need.
I tried. He disappeared on me.
As he does to all. He was a more sinister master, we'll say. Creating those damn shackles and chains.
So, Corvir, I have an idea. I know Jarell loves power, and I know he loves obtaining it through power by draining it from other sources.
Yes.
What if, and just hear me out, what if we use you as bait to draw him in, as if we are going to drain your power? Because then I feel like Jarell might be inclined to get in on that action.
How do you wish to drain my power?
I mean, I have this, and I'm going to pull out the siphon dagger.
see him kind of look it over.
It is tainted with dark magic.
Yes.
And you wish to use it on me?
Well, I mean, yes.
How so? How are
Well,
we
I
drawing
mean-
him out? And using me as bait?
That we can make it a show like the carnival. I can be, well, actually, I don't want to take the job away. Finks can be the ringleader. He can make a show, and much like the giant battle at the end of each carnival night, we can announce that we're just going to slay a silver dragon and drain all its power. I feel like he might fall for that and feel like, hey, maybe I can get on that power.
He thinks it over.
So fake him with the dagger.
Yeah, I'm totally going to fake stab you.
Do you know how to use it?
Yes.
Are you confident you can control it?
Very confident.
Make a deception check.
19.
Your bluff has worked for this point. He's
Okay. You see the arcane expert of the group. So, we wait till nightfall. Is the carnival up and running? Do you see anyone?
I didn't see anybody before, but it's still early, so I'm sure we can gather a crowd together.
I remember parts coming to me about the carnival of it coming and going, and Jarell was muttering something about staying forever. I don't know if he meant here or in control, but he was doing the same thing as Dandy would with that blade. He would be muttering to it and speaking to it, as if it was speaking back to him. It pulsed with a red energy, a glow.
By chance, do you know what he was saying to the dagger?
To the no dagger, a sword.
Oh, sorry, the
Red.
sword.
Red
Yes.
blade.
The red blade sword.
let's see. Makes an inch. Let's see what he gets.
Unfortunately, under my state, I was unable to recall and hear properly, but he'd be muttering under his tongue in something dark, evil tongue.
If anyone wants to try to do anything to help jog his memory, to pull back to it,
I vaguely recall hearing a second voice on occasions, but it was dark and I don't know exactly what was said.
I'm gonna cast guidance on the dragon dwarf.
okay. All right, cast guidance.
Again,
Let's see, what is it? D4.
D4, yeah.
You see him kind of just squint and think, and silence is broken by a loud rumble. As he looks down and goes,
Oh, I have yet to eat. I can't recall what was said, but some food may help us.
Oh, sorry, we let your food escape yesterday.
I don't wish to eat people. Some food, some normal food. Bacon.
Oh.
Bacon is my favorite.
Oh, I know this great place. I'll be right back, and I'm gonna go leave.
Actually, I think I have bacon on me from.
probably had
Maybe
bacon. I
someone's
believe
trying to
you
use
had
it for
pocket
drill.
bacon.
Yeah, I'll take out the pocket bacon. It's a little slimy.
He
but
just
it's-
mouths it down a little bit.
That's the stuff I could do for some more. If anyone could whip some up.
I do that, like pull my pockets out and they're empty. Thing.
He gladly accepts all pocket bacon from you, and any other food that you guys do offer.
Some arm mushrooms or whatever I have now.
You see his hand kind of glow with a little bit of fire as he toasts it in his hand, do a little bit of cantrip magic, and starts eating. It's not bad.
I cannot recall still of the time before. I had to heal up and go through further resting. Perhaps if someone is a healer, could a greater restoration help me?
I got this. I'm gonna walk over to him and put my hands on his head, and I'm gonna cast mending, and see if mending will like mend his brain back together to what he can think. I know more than likely it won't work, but Howard's gonna try it anyway.
He's thinking and
Nothing.
Well,
does not work.
all right, Finks, I guess you're up.
What do you want me to do now?
Could you greater restoration or similar of sorts perhaps be possible?
I wish you would have asked yesterday. I don't have a restoration effect handy. Out of game, real quick.
Yes.
Lesser restoration. I believe it only fixes like blindness, deafness, and paralyze. So I don't think that's gonna work anyway. I don't know what his issue is.
At this point, you don't know either. But make a medicine check, actually. Make a medicine check on him.
Okay.
See what's up.
Let's do that. 19 plus 4, 23.
23. Looking over at the looking at his face, the dwarven face of him now, you see that there is this sickly looking poisoned kind of in his veins, in the dwarven veins. There's almost like something is pumping through him, and you see that there are little puncture marks that possibly are from the actual collar itself. So he may be poisoned. Lesser restoration does
Yes, does.
take care of poison.
I did not prepare that today, so I will have to get that in 8 hours or tomorrow.
Do you guys wish to do anything today and fast track to that, or do you wish to try and do the sacrificing tonight?
Well, I imagine,
You're good.
I was going to say, I imagine we might want to gather up Kalna, because I'm sure she'll want to be in on this, wherever she went.
Okay, so why don't I stay here with him? I'll prepare that spell, see what I can do, and then you guys go ahead and do what needs to be done today, and we'll meet up back here in 8 hours.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I'll take another 8-hour rest.
Okay. Do your 8-hour rest.
Less restoration.
Generally, it's daily, but for the sake of the party and you guys trying to still plan out for a later night, I'll allow it. So you guys can attract him for during the day. So while you are out there, what are you trying to do for the day to attract Jarrell's attention to let him know that you're going to be siphoning the Silver Dragon's power that night? What's up?
I'm gonna cast disguise self on myself to make myself seem like a carnival barker of sorts. I'm gonna do myself up, and then I'm gonna use minor illusion to basically like enhance just what I'm saying, and I'm gonna do like a come all to the greatest show. Come see a spectacle never seen before. Come see a dragon be slain. You know, kind of just hype it up and try and get whatever people are wandering around. You know, show starts at dusk.
Oddly noted, just so you're aware, no one dead at this point. But there is now some patrons that have wandered into the carnival. And they're kind of just like walking up to certain games, and there's no one manning anything. So some of the kids are some of like the rides that were being ran on previous days. some teenagers are just kind of forcing their way through. Some troublesome parents are, just scoping it out where, you wouldn't like walk your kid around an abandoned circus without anyone working. But, some shadier people are appearing and staying. No one's undead, and not so much the family hype now. But it's kind of like the teenagers and the punks are in town. And they're the ones that are pretty much staying and filling up the crowds. And you see people are helping themselves to some drinks, attempting to look for vendors, and no one's there. So prizes are being just kind of taken at random off the shelvings. And there's little, stuffed owl bears being carried around. And there's some like bony skeletons that are clearly fake on toys are just being carried and ripped. And you see wooden swords are being just taken and basically fucked around with. It's kind of going a little bit of a havoc for the day. So
I'll hype that up then too as well. Going out of business sale. Take what you want.
Ending of Power Rangers, the movie. The kids, no adults are in town.
Oh yeah, just come, stay for the greatest show. Take what you want, what you take.
Got it. Okay.
On the house.
Like it. Cool. All right.
But be sure to gather around at the ends for one giant spectacle finale.
Okay. Give me persuasion checks from both of you.
All right.
Persuasion?
Persuasion.
7.
22.
Okay. You feel that your carnal barksmanship has barksmanship. Sorry. You toot your own horn, and you feel like you made quite an impression on the youngin folk, and hopefully that Jarrell has seen this. Remus, what are you doing for the 8 hours? Been quiet.
I really.
You don't have to. I'm just.
No, I mean it's kind of like we don't know where Jarrell is. I can't really track him down any which way. I guess I would go around and just talk to the other carnival workers that we've set free so far. Or maybe I'll take the keys from Finks and try and unlock others if there are others. No.
Nope. Finks isn't giving up the key. Remus, you're gonna try.
Maybe I'll carry him while he sleeps. And no,
actually, real quick, Anthony,
Yeah.
I forgot we leveled up, so I was actually able to prepare some more spells than I thought.
Oh, okay.
So I guess for the sake of this, if you don't mind, I'll just say I
Sure.
prepared it. Is that cool?
Sure.
Okay. So
Finks, come on down. We're going to find some friends.
Okay.
all right, let me heal this guy first.
Deal.
All right.
I'll give him the
good
lesser restoration.
How you giving restoration to him?
It's gonna be like I don't really want to touch the dwarf, but I'll kind of like pick up the beard and kind of just touch the collar spots, and just kind of like wave the healing energy over it until it dissipates.
As you pick up the beard and kind of wave the healing energy, and as it reaches and kind of hits his body, you see an instant as he begins to struggle and fight. And Finks, you almost in a flash second can see the silver dragon now light up and chained with a collar, almost like past memories that it's had, and it's being fed individuals. There's a half elf that you see being pushed along and kicked to the ground to be fed to him live, viciously. There's multiple people that have just been tortured in front of him. This dragon has witnessed horrible doings, and you see it kind of, and each time someone else is pushed in front of him, it's like a shifting of the memory of it that's retaining and kind of coming back to him. And then there's finally one that it focuses on, and the dragon is faking being asleep, trying to just mind itself, and you can hear this. Well, no, why would I do that? This place is horrible. It is evil. Make a perception check. As you hear Jarrell's voice talking, but
No. No, we must leave. I don't always want to be here.
23.
A curse. Okay, you do hear a second mumble.
No, I have no way to break it, especially if you won't let me leave. This is unbearable with you. Can't you find another?
And you hear a second voice.
No. You have hatred, true torment.
And as he's doing so, Jarell is now talking to this blackened handled blade, or a blackened handle in his hand, the red rubied blade protruding out of it. And with each talk from the blade, this red glow pulsates from it.
No, I swear, there is good in me, and I will leave. I will get out. I may have my quirks, but you are a pure evil, and that is no longer my path. I chose a new life. I've made a bargain, a new deal. Deals can be squished. Deals can be broken. A new pact has been forged. You will commence and become one.
And with the kind of growing anger from the blade that is pulsating, you hear this gurgling voice coming through. The blade becomes almost shattered as you see cracks in it forming. And the handle is almost morphing and melding into his hand. As he looks as if he attempts to kind of throw the blade away and shake it to its side. And it just holds true to him. He goes, Fine. By my will, I'll stay. Two minds are better than one, I suppose, for right now. Flash away. You're standing in front of the dwarven form of Corvier. He looks at you.
Did you just see that?
I did. Were you there when that happened?
I think so. I was sleeping, or trying to. Are you sure Jarell was evil? Because he looked scared. And that looked pretty non-evil.
Well, evil or not, he's not good.
What is that blade? Because that looks evil.
Did we see the blade when he pulled out a sword and he was fighting us?
Pulled out the red sword. This is the sword that you had seen. But this sword looks like in the vision of what you saw, the blade looks like a mere shell.
Okay. He was carrying that blade when we fought him. Sounds like the blade might be the ringmaster more than he is.
This blade needs to be destroyed. Stopped. Purified. Bathed in the holy water of Bahamut himself.
Are you in the room? Or make a perception check for me, Morgor.
4.
All right, Finks, you hear under hushed tones.
In the piss of Tiamat, if so be.
Suppose either's just fine.
Something powerful, at the least.
You ate a lot of people. I saw that too, by the way.
Just, please, I prefer if we don't remind me of it. I recall a few.
Well, just remember who helped you today.
I think
When time comes, I might need you again. What is your plan? Are you going to leave once we're able to leave this carnival? Or you stay in Barovia?
There is an attractiveness to the carnival that I did favor. And I wouldn't mind taking it away from this place. So,
How would you feel about becoming the ringleader?
for the time being, why not? Just not with that sword.
Okay, let's see what we can do. Finks is going to start scheming.
Okay.
In the corner. Next to Morgor.
Next to Morgor.
Do you not want to come with me, help unlock those people with your keys?
Oh, yeah. I don't have time to scheme. We'll figure this out on the fly. All
Okay.
right.
So you leave with Remus?
Yeah.
So that leaves Morgor with Corvair as a dwarf. Looks over at you.
You are an angry one. With deep thoughts, I see.
Morgor looks at Corvair. Don't insult me. Deep thoughts. Morgor have no such thing.
It was but a compliment, big one. You are rash, too, and need to be polished. Perhaps you are chromatic underneath. Metallic. Underneath such brutish scales. There is good in you.
Morgor blinks slowly, with one eye closing before the other.
Perhaps not.
Want to arm wrestle?
I have been wrong before, but sure. Let's do so. Yeah.
He goes, looks over. There's a table right there. Let's see how strong you truly are. He sits down at it. You see a cracks the knuckles. As he sits down, he's waiting for you to kind of match his grip.
Okay, do it.
Do so. As you grip his hand, you see the human hand turn into a large polymorphed silver dragon claw.
I see you're evening the odds.
Only for the righteous, I see. You deserve all that you get for following your queen. Bahamut's will is mightier than her, and I will not be broken, immortal.
Make a strength check with him. Actually, strength saving throw as he goes to just slam your hand.
Natural 20 plus 8.
Wow. He goes to slam it down on you, and it just matches as it doesn't even budge. You were ready there the whole time. You don't even flinch.
I see. Let's try this again.
You both ready? Make contested strength checks.
Uh, 24.
Okay. All right. You're winning as you begin to push over and lock his arm as it's bending back.
Tiamat's fire burns brighter and hotter than the eyes let on.
As he begins to try and push back on you, make another check.
18.
Okay. Another one. You're holding him in place. He's
See, the devils of the hells must be kind to you, allowing their strength to be borrowed.
As he gives to give another final push to see if he can try and break this before you beat him.
Uh, 23.
23. You have him just at the lip of the table now. His arm is almost fully extended.
Morgor, I have been playing with you all along, and it is good to know that there is true strength in you that is malleable. Hopefully, your journey back will do you some good at making you stronger.
Make one final strength check. As you feel your hand begin to be lifted back, and you feel the sudden surge of the dragon's true strength as he's bending your arm the opposite way. Yours is at the quarter back now.
24.
24. You just begin to lift him up. Give one more final roll as you're struggling.
22.
Okay. You go to push. You slam Corvir's arm back as a table smashes through.
Not at my full strength yet. So don't get too full of yourself.
Morgor starts like chanting and praising himself. Morgor's the strongest dragon.
Well, you have a lot to learn, Morgor. Or whatever you really are.
Morgor, you feel the ground begin to heat up below you as you all hear a loud roar of dragons once again, similar to when the Chimera had died 3 nights before. As you look down, Corvir backs up.
I guess she's found you. And you didn't show off as she hoped. Have fun getting yourself out of this one.
As you feel Tiamat's eyes lock onto you from below, Morgor, the ground opens up and you begin to fall. Your surroundings is as you fall into a bottomless pit. All the walls are carved earth as they move from carved earth to smoke to scalding hot magma. You fall for what seems like eternity. Landing on a ashy, red-stoned earth. You see pools and water flows of lava on both sides of you as you're in a dark cavern that is being lit only by the lava flows. You see the 5 heads peer out from the shadows, engulfing you in size.
Well. Twice you've been bested. We have much to discuss, my immortal champion. Come.
And that's what we're going to pick up tomorrow, next week, guys.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We had some viewers throughout the stream. More BlackRock Joe, what's up? Did we get Oregon Jr. in the chat again? I wasn't keeping track that much. I don't know if he jumped in. I know DCT Industries. I know you were discussing with BlackRock Joe, guys. Jeff for a bit. You know, guys out there, if you're listening in, thank you so much. But please make sure to tune in to our live on Twitch, podcasters _ on Sunday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as on YouTube, pod-casters. Tabletop Gaming Podcast, or just search up Faybala 5 on YouTube. I know that actually hits the search engine quickly, as well as on Facebook at Podcasters with a dash in that. Tabletop Gaming Podcast. So check them out where you catch us live, and well as please make sure to head on over to the bicbp-radio.com and follow us on there and listen to us on podcast format, as well as other podcasts. One other one I'm on that I love, I'm a co-host for, is Chris and Anthony Just Can't Stop. Drops generally Friday morning, afternoon, evening, and I'll tell you, me and Chris just can't stop, and into some zaniness. He had me go through a bit of a crisis on what I would do if I was in my early 20s once again, and I was out, and actually no, it was if I was single like I was in my early 20s and I was now 30, so had me just go through some quarter life crisising on the last episode. It was fun, and I actually laugh on the re-listen to multiple times. So enjoy that. Check out Chris and Anthony Just Can't Stop, and please make sure to follow Podcasters, as well as we do have an Instagram, Podcasters Tabletop. Visit Podcasters_Tabletop Gaming. So hit follow, like, subscribe. Please make sure to check out our sponsor, Jeff with DCT Industries. Jeff, where can they find DCT Industries at?
You can find DCT Industries on Facebook at dctindustries.tabletopgaming, or Instagram at DCT_industries. I just posted something a couple days ago on the Instagram, so be sure to check that out. I want to say this is probably going to be the last you'll see of Morgor for a while. So thank you guys for having me on the show again, and for an extended period of time. It was phenomenal. You guys are a great group. Anthony, you're an amazing dungeon master.
Trying to have my fun.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. We all love Morgor and the many faces that he comes with. And you've been with us since like the summer, the beginning of summer. I feel been basically past 2.5 months almost.
Something like that, yeah.
It's been quite a ride, and it's been a good time through the carnival.
Yeah, I've had fun playing Morgor and all his different personalities.
All right, well,
it's been interesting.
Till Morgor returns, let's kick it over to Maximus. Where can they find you?
You can find Maximus in his Giphy tweets on Twitter at podcaster Mad Max, I believe it is. I will get it right one of these days. It's probably wrong. You can follow me and any of my personal nonsense on the interwebs at themark716.
All right, check them out. Howard.
Howard, you can follow Howard on Twitter at podcastersh. And if you like to check out my doodles, I like to draw sometimes. Ratfink Arts on Instagram and Facebook. I forgot where I was at. But yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Finks is on the Twitter at twitter.com/podcastersphinx. You can follow me and my miniature painting on Instagram at Phoenix Forged.
Phoenix Forged. Very nice. Please make sure to head on over, check them out. And last but not least,
I'm Remus. You can follow Remus at Podcasters Remus on Twitter. He'll probably respond to stuff or just post random ominous pictures and or sentences. You can follow me, Ricky Coates, at Rick_Coates on Twitter or Instagram if you want to. Other than that, I'm going to miss you, Morgor.
I'll miss you most of all, Remus.
No, it's been a fun time. Did anyone give anything to Morgor that he's about to just leave with?
I don't think so.
All right.
He came in with a giant chainsaw axe, and what do you give someone that has that?
I don't know.
I have the best item in D&D.
Rocks.
I was hoping someone was going to give you the hand crossbow and see like you come back with like an upgraded hellish version of it. I was like, oh, great. Demonic, devilish, infernal rail gun. Like that's where we're going to go. And Fink's like, no, I guess I'll keep it. I'm like, all right, we'll see what happens. Go further with this axe. All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. I am going to grab a dice because I haven't rolled this one yet. We'll roll this one for today. For our D20s, everyone out there, grab those D20s. Get them ready. And Morgar, roll with advantage for your last one. And guys, keep rolling. Oh, hey, you know what? I got a 5.